7 minutes Saturday, 7 minutes. It's 7 minutes Saturday, 7 minutes. What time is it? 7 minutes Saturday, 7 minutes. It's 7 minutes Saturday, 7 minutes. Hey y'all, welcome back. Can't you tell? I'm excited. I'm excited for this 7 minutes Saturday. Let me not get too excited because one earring does not have the back. I don't want it to pop out. Let's do our thing. How'd y'all enjoy last week's 7 minutes Saturday? That was my first one in some months. So I feel like I could have been a little rusty, but I don't know. This one, Black Maternal Health and Mortality. All right. Whew. This one is, man, okay, 7 minutes. Okay. Black maternal health and mortality. I am a Black woman, and I had a baby. So I feel like, it was different for me to talk about something like this beforehand because I didn't have a child. I read so many different reports and studies and watched many different videos. I've heard people's stories who just a lot. I did a lot of research and reading and stuff before even being pregnant or even being married and all of that. But now it's so much more different because I went through labor and delivery myself. And so I felt like I wanted and needed to advocate for Black mothers. And when I worked as a nurse, I worked in that area. But it was just so different, and I think I started to see things even more in such a different way once I started working in that area, being a nurse in general. But I feel like you don't necessarily have to work in the medical field to care or to be an advocate for Black mothers, be an advocate for Black women, in health, especially women who are pregnant and going through labor and delivery. So because right now I am coming straight off the dome, I don't have statistics right in front of me to be able to give you guys literal numbers. And I really like to be able to do that. And so I want to have some numbers or have some things down at the bottom of this video as I'm talking to you guys. But one thing that I think is very important is for a mother, you being a Black woman, being a Black pregnant woman, a Black mom, you have to be an advocate for yourself, for real, and I do believe that it is sad that you have to go in with that mindset of, I've got to protect me, you've got to be on guard. And it's unfortunate, I think, because I feel like some other ethnicities don't necessarily have to have that approach or have to have that in mind, because for Black women, when we go through birth, we go through labor and delivery and postpartum, I believe that we have a lot more on us and a lot more expectations. And so people look at us, it's oh, they're strong, so they don't need pain medication, and I feel like it's many different sides to it, but it's more so, oh, they're strong, they can take it, it's nothing for them. So a lot of the concerns that a Black mother has go just unnoticed, or what is the word I'm looking for? People don't necessarily pay attention to that Black pregnant woman, because hey, they're used to taking different pain and situations, and so whatever they're saying and feeling oh, it's all good, or people don't necessarily ask you how you're truly feeling and really investigate. So you have to speak up, and sometimes when you speak up, people still don't take you serious, they still don't listen. And I even had a situation, I won't say completely where it was just so terrible and so bad, but of course I've seen situations But for myself, as an example, I did notice that I had to advocate a bit more for different things that I wanted, and be. It's almost kind of like, as much as people say like don't have a plan, I think it's great to have a plan and to have discussions, and multiple discussions with every person who potentially will care for you. And this is to the mother and also to people who are with the mother, because sometimes it can be a situation where you're in a predicament where you can't voice the concerns and your priorities and your wants and wishes for yourself, which I pray and hope that that's not the case for many, but sometimes that is the case. So it's almost kind of like you have to prepare yourself for the unknown, or for things to go good or bad. So for myself, with my husband, I always had conversations with him like, look, if something happens and things take a turn for the worse, these are the things that I need for you to say and do. Are you going to be able to do it? Like, seriously. And if not, let me make sure that we have someone there who does feel comfortable being that person. Because sometimes I think that it can come off to other people as like you being a bee, or you doing too much. No, look, when it comes to your health and your child's health, do too much. Ask those questions. Be an advocate. If you are in pain, say that you're in pain, what you need, and different things like that. And like I said, I don't have the statistics in front of me, but I do know that Black women are more likely to die in childbirth. And that is just so, like, when you really look at the numbers, or you see documentaries, or you hear people's stories, it's devastating. It's devastating. It's scary. And so, I think that's why it's just very, very important to do research when it comes to your healthcare providers and the hospitals that you're going to, different procedures and all of that, and just kind of being aware, and of course praying and having faith. And it's just so much that goes into it. And I almost kind of wish that this wasn't necessarily in the 7-Minute Saturday, so I'm not just going straight off the dome with it, because I think that this is very serious and very important. And the question really is why? Why is it that Black women are, I believe that is what it is, 3 times more likely to die in childbirth than other ethnicities? Why? And I think that it's a mixture of people who are caring for mothers who don't listen to them. Timer. Wow, that was fast. People who just don't care to listen to the woman, who are just kind of like, whatever. It's so much, and I feel like I just did not do this any justice. But I want to know what you guys think about this, and I really would love to be able to go a bit more in depth with this particular topic, because it is very near and dear to my heart, being a Black mother, Black mom, going through labor and delivery. And outside of that, not even me just going through it, but just for other women, other Black women, other Black mothers. Like, you go through this experience, getting pregnant, getting there to have your baby, to where you want it to be a joyous occasion. And of course, you don't know. Like, that's the thing with pregnancy. You don't know how things are going to be. Like, you have no control, but you want to know that, hey, when I go in there, I'm going to be cared for. I'm going to be taken care of. Like, people are going to be thinking about me. They're going to be thinking about my well-being. They're going to come and check on me, because sometimes that's how it is. They don't even come to check on you. Like, if a mother is telling you that they have some concerns, and you are like, oh, no, don't worry about it, no, that's not really comforting, So there are so many different things. There are a lot of things that needs to be changed from the start of a Black woman, a Black mother's pregnancy, even prior to pregnancy. So I believe that there's just not a lot of information, and I don't think that, I definitely don't want to like scare anyone, especially if you're pregnant right now. Like, my mantra was healthy mommy, healthy baby. And that's the same thing that I want to share with all women. Like, anytime any of my friends or someone that I know that's pregnant, I always say healthy mommy, healthy baby. You keep saying that. And be an advocate for yourself. You have to. And you want to have people around you who can be advocates for you if need be. I just feel like, man, there's so much that I want to say with this, and I'm like, man, did I really do this any justice with this 7-Minute Saturday? But there's just so much to Black maternal health and mortality, and I think that sometimes people really like don't take Black women serious, like truly, and especially when it comes to health, like heart disease. And there are so many things, oh my gosh, so much. And you know, I am no longer in the nursing field, but that does not mean that healthcare is not important to me. Like, that's something that has always been important to me, and caring for people, just not necessarily in the hospital setting, like in that way. I believe that it is still important to educate people and provide resources and tools to help people have favorable outcomes. You know, that's the goal. And I don't believe that is the goal for a lot of people in the medical field. It's more of like, look, we're just trying to get you in and out. We're trying to get this done. Like, it's more of like repetition. And that's not to say that's for everyone. It's not. But for a lot of people, and I think that especially when it comes to Black women and Black maternal health and mortality, it's more of like, oh yeah, these are the numbers. Okay, whatever. And that was one of the things for me when I was pregnant, just researching different hospitals, like what are their numbers for like Black maternal mortality and C-sections versus vaginal and the recovery, like all of that stuff. You have to know, you know, those are things that I think should be put out there, but they're not. You have to really do your research. And a lot of places that I looked at, they didn't even have those numbers. Like, they don't show that. They don't share that. Why not? So there's so much. I'm just going to stop here. If you guys want me to kind of go into that a little bit more, maybe you want me to connect with someone who I can sit down with where we can really have this conversation, or other people, let me know down in the comments, because I do believe that this is very important, and 7 minutes just is not enough. And I feel like I want to be a little bit more prepared and really bring some concrete information and statistics and all of that to you. Yeah, again, anyone who's watching this, if you are a Black mama or mama in general, pregnant, preparing to be pregnant, any of that, or you have some friends who are, yourself, and tell them, healthy mommy, healthy baby. That's it. That's the focus. As always, continue to do things that matter and keep it random. I'll catch y'all next Saturday. Peace.